Good day, everyone. Welcome to the subject Social Studies, Grade 9A and 9B. Your teacher here, Miss Michelle Joy. This video will serve as a recap makeup class, especially for the students who weren't able to attend our class. Let's proceed to our online learning discussion now. Class, before we proceed to our online discussion, I would like us to have a short review or recap of the last topics discussed, which was the Great Lakes in North America. So these are the Great Lakes of North America from largest to smallest: Superior, Huron, Michigan, Erie, and Ontario. Great Lakes of North America are a series of interconnected freshwater lakes which connect to the Atlantic Ocean through the St. Lawrence Seaway. Lake Superior is the largest continental lake in the world by area, and Lake Michigan is the largest lake that is entirely within one country. So class, there is actually an easy way to remember the five Great Lakes in North America. That is the acronym of HOMES. So it takes the first letter of each lake to create the word. H for Huron, O for Ontario, M for Michigan, E for Erie, and S Superior. Class, for the objective of our lesson for today, students must be able to know about the climate and weather of North America. So at the end of the lesson, I expect that you guys already know about the climate and weather of North American continent. Class, our topic for today about climate and weather of North America. These are the vocabulary words. Please repeat after me so you can still practice your reading skills and your speaking skills even if you are just at home. Are you ready now? Let's start reading. Number 1, coniferous forest. Number 2, deciduous forest. Number 3, alpine. Number 4, tundra. And number 5, Mediterranean. Now let's read the meaning of these 5 words one by one. Coniferous forest, or also known as taiga. It is a cold woodland or forest, often on marshy land. This biome spans the northern parts of North America, Europe, and Asia, and many mountains around the world. Pines, spruces, firs, and larches are the dominant tree in these forests. The taiga is the largest land biome on Earth, covering about 50 million acres of land, 20 million hectares. This is about 17% of the Earth's land area. The second word is deciduous forest. The word deciduous means falling out or off out at a certain season. Deciduous forest means a forest in which the leaves fall off the trees when the winter comes. The third word is alpine. The alpine is one of the coldest biomes in the world. Alpines usually have high altitudes. Alpines are on high mountains. If you are climbing an alpine area like Mount Everest, the air can get pretty cold and thin. The next word is tundra. What is a tundra? So it is a vast, flat, treeless Arctic region of Europe, Asia, and North America in which the subsoil is permanently frozen. The last word is Mediterranean. The Mediterranean forests can be found around the world. It occurs in the world's 5 Mediterranean climate zones, on the west coast of continents, in the mid-latitudes. So these are the 5 words that can help us better understand our topic for today. Let's read them again from numbers 1 to 5. Coniferous forest, deciduous forest, alpine, tundra, and Mediterranean.
North America, Climate, Vegetation, and Wildlife. Part 1. North America lies entirely in the northern hemisphere, and the width of the continent is maximum in the middle latitudes, and so most of the continent lies in the temperate zone. A small part of North America lies south of the Tropic of Cancer. Southern Mexico, the countries of Central America and the Caribbean islands have a subtropical climate. The Arctic Circle passes through the extreme north, a region which is extremely cold. The large size of the continent results in great extremes of temperatures in most parts of the continent. Thus, the summers are hot and winters are cold. The western Cordilleras as well as the eastern highlands run parallel to the coast. They cut off the influence of the ocean from reaching the interior to a good extent. Ocean currents affect the temperature and rainfall along the coastal regions. The cold Labrador Current in the northeast keeps the adjoining coast frozen in winter. The cool California Current in the southwest lowers the temperatures along the coast. Winds blowing over this current get cooled and pick up little moisture and bring little rainfall. The warm Alaska Current in the northwest warms the adjoining coastal regions. Winds blowing over these currents are also warm, and so their ability to absorb moisture increases. These winds bring heavy rainfall throughout the year. The Great Lakes are like the ocean. French missionaries, gazing across a seemingly limitless horizon of water in the 17th century, thought they had found the ocean. They called them sweet water seas. In the Great Lakes, regions cluster the heaviest concentration of industries. Large quantities of minerals are found here. The lake waters provide inexpensive transportation. Large seafaring ships can reach the interior since the lakes are connected to the Atlantic Ocean by the St. Lawrence Waterway. North America can be primarily divided into 10 climatic regions. The first such climatic region is the tundra region. The extreme northern part of North America that lies beyond the Arctic Circle has very cold climatic conditions. It includes the northern coast of Canada and the Northern Islands. In this region, winters are long and severely cold, while summers are short and cool. Rainfall is scanty, and most of the precipitation is in the form of snow. The vegetation here is sparse, as the ground remains frozen throughout the year. Mosses and lichens grow here. This kind of vegetation can withstand extreme cold and survive on very little moisture. It can also remain alive under snow. During the short summer, the land looks bright with flowers. In some places, stunted shrubs are also seen. Trees cannot grow here because the surface is frozen during winter and the subsoil remains permanently frozen. Animals that are found here usually have thick fur outside and a woolly undercoat to keep them warm. The Arctic fox, for instance, has grey fur in summer, but it turns white in winter. Thick layers of fur give additional protection as well as provide food reserves for winter. The reindeer is the most important animal of the tundra. It is well adapted to the severe cold of the tundra region. Its thick hair and the air cells in each hair makes an excellent protection against the cold. The long and flat hoofs of the reindeer are suitable for traveling across the snow and also for digging in the snow for buried vegetation. The reindeer also provides meat and milk. Its skin is used for clothing and tents, and bones as needles. The internal organs of the reindeer provide vitamins and salts needed by the human body. The other common animals are the musk ox, the polar bear, wolverine, sable, and the blue fox. Whales, seals, and fish are also found in the seas bordering the coast. The second type of climatic region found here is the taiga or the coniferous forest belt. This region forms a belt from the Pacific coast in the west to the Atlantic coast immediately south of the tundra. It includes Alaska and most of Canada. In this region, the winters are very cold and severe and last for about 7 months. The summers are warm and short. Most of the precipitation is in the form of snow. The vegetation consists of coniferous trees. These are evergreen trees, that is, they do not shed their leaves once every year. A coniferous tree bears woody cones and hence the name coniferous trees. Since the trees are conical in shape, the snow slides off their branches easily, preventing damage to the trees. The leaves are needle-shaped, and so the loss of water through evaporation is reduced since the surface area of the leaf is reduced. Hence, they are able to survive the long winter when the water is frozen and not easily available. The common trees found here are the pine, fir, cedar, and spruce. They are adapted to survive the severe long winters. The coniferous forests are of great commercial importance. Large areas of a single kind of tree grow together. In other words, trees grow in social strands, making lumbering operations easy. There is little undergrowth to hinder transportation since the ground freezes, and so plants with short roots cannot survive. During winter, which is the season for lumbering, the ice and snow make it easy to transport the logs of wood. Coniferous trees yield soft wood, which is used in the manufacture of paper, matchsticks, furniture, doors, windows, plywood, sports goods, and toys. Prairies are extensively cultivated. Large quantities of maize, wheat, and barley are grown here. There are very few animals in this region, and most of them are small. The beaver, fox, sable, ermine, skunk, and raccoon yield fur. Caribou, moose, elk, and brown, black, and grizzly bears are common. The rivers and streams here are full of fish. Birds like the grouse and the woodpecker are also found here.
Climate and weather in North America. Weather in North America. The weather or climate in North America is very cold in the north, like Canada, Alaska, and Greenland. The southern parts of North America, like Florida and Mexico, are much warmer because they are closer to the equator. Weather found across the North American landscape varies dramatically. Climates range from Arctic cold to equatorial heat. Rain and temperature levels change suddenly according to location. The climate of North America are broadly divided into 8 different climate zones, and that's what we are going to study. 8 different climatic zones in North America. Number 1, coniferous forest. Also known as taiga, it is cold and dry with snowy winters and warmer summers. Deciduous forest. 4 distinct seasons exist here. It is warm in summers but cold and wet in winters. The trees shed their leaves in autumn. Number 3 is alpine. Alpine mountain. Cold, windy, and snowy. Winters from October until May with temperatures below freezing. Summers are from June to September where temperature can reach 15 degrees Celsius. Mediterranean. The temperatures is warm to high with rainfall in the autumn and winter months. Number 5 is rainforest. The climate type has high temperatures and high rainfall throughout the year. Number 6 is grassland. Summers are hot, winters are cold with above average rainfall. Number 7 is tundra. Winters are very cold, summers are warm. There is still little rainfall here. And the last one is desert. It has warm to high temperatures with very little rainfall. Class, for the summary of the topics that we have just discussed, they are the climates and weather in North America. So we have here coniferous forest, deciduous forest, alpine mountain, Mediterranean, rainforest, grassland, tundra, and desert. Class, for your activity, it is in Google Classroom. So it looks like this. Look at the map of the climatic zones of North America and match them with their names. So Arctic, sub-equatorial, tropical, temperate, subarctic, and subtropical. Click finish, click check my answer, screenshot your answer, but do not forget to write your name and then upload it in Social Studies album in our line group. Thank you very much. Good luck! Class, we now come to the end of our discussion. I hope you have learned something about the climate and weather of North America. If you have any question, please do not hesitate to call me or send me a message in my line account and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you very much. Stay safe. Goodbye, everyone.